What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. So in this one here, we're going to be taking a look at Galactus for the new giant boss raid here, to kind of show you his mechanics and how to fight him. And we are going to be using Jubilee in this run, because I kind of wanted to show her off. And then we have two others in here. One of them, Zanpachi, is actually an alliance mate, so thank you for helping out. And then the other one there is just kind of a random guy that we got by doing the open to public. So anyway, I'm going to be using Star-Lord and Coulson here for the support and leadership, and then Jubilee is going to be my main DPS. Zanpachi's got his tier 3 Thanos to be helping us out here. So Galactus here is a little bit more challenging than Master Mold in terms of what you need to look out for. So you can't really just throw on a debuff leadership and be fine here. So and on that topic, you actually don't need a debuff leadership to fight Galactus here. He doesn't really do anything that warrants you needing that debuff leadership. So right now he's just doing all his basic attacks. These ones are pretty easy so far in the first phase to dodge. You have the punch right here. Well, actually this is where he kind of swipes out and then kind of drags his hand back. But all of those are just attacks where there's red kind of indicators on the ground, so that means you can iframe to dodge them, or you can even just have your damage immunity up and dodge them. So here's one of his first special attacks. So he kind of crosses his arms and then waves them out like that, and then you have these purple circles on the ground, and those you want to avoid at all costs. It goes for all three characters. It's going to do 9 orbs or 9 purple circles on the ground before he finishes it, so it does last for quite a while. And then you're safe to go back in, and those will of course pierce your damage immunity, and I believe they ignore iframe as well, so you just want to avoid those at all costs and just stop attacking him. So now he's going back to his regular attacks where he just kind of does that punch right there. And all that punch does is really push you back if you're not avoiding it, so it doesn't do a ton of damage from what I've seen. I've only got hit by it a few times with my characters. I went in once with Deadpool with his healing just to check things out. Alright, so that when he reaches back like that and slams both his fists on the ground, this is when he does this attack here where the full screen goes purple. You have to run up there underneath his hands or right in front of his chest, and that will avoid the attack. And as you can see, I am DPSing him, so as long as you get to the safe spot, you are able to use any of your attacks, even some attacks with movements, because I used Cable's normal rotation with the 4-3-2 and then into his damage proc on the 5th skill. And even with that movement that Cable does, I was not getting hit by those lasers when I was hiding under his fist. And there with the meteors that you just saw, all you have to do is just run around those and just dodge those. Nothing too crazy there. They do quite a bit of damage when you hit them. And here we go on to the next phase. So as soon as he goes to this front phase here, he's going to try to absorb energy. There he says, tries to absorb everything. And then you have these blue orbs that are coming in. You want to grab these blue orbs, because if any of the blue orbs make it over to Galactus, he will heal up. But I think each orb gives him half a bar or a full bar. Something like that. I can't remember. Then after you absorb all those, see, I got the kind of blessing right there where I was glowing yellow. That means that I have Doctor Strange's illusion on me or something like that. Illusion magic, I think it was called. And then you just run into Galactus when you have that, and it will stun him right there. If you don't get there in time, don't worry about it. All you do is just lose that stun. It's not like he gains health back or gets an attack boost or anything like that, so it's perfectly fine if you don't get there in time. And also, you do kind of take a little bit of damage when you run into him, even though you have the blessing. So if you're at low health, you might die from that, so be careful. But after you go into the run into him and stun him, you do get a healing kind of buff afterwards, and you heal up pretty much, I think, like to full health or something like that, but you heal up quite a bit after that. And then here's another one. So he crosses his arms right there and he shoots his laser out. As you can see, he places a bubble there, kind of like Wasp's protection skill that she used to have. As long as you stand in that, you're perfectly fine. You won't get hit, you won't take any damage. So just get into that circle and you are good to go. And now we're moving on to the next phase change here, where he moves over to the right side of the arena. And now he's doing, okay, so now he's doing the opposite attack where he sucks in the meteors instead of shoots the meteors out. Same thing, just dodge these, nothing too crazy here. And just, yep, go around them, and then you can go back to DPSing him. If you get a little too close, though, when he's sucking in those last little bits of meteors, and even though all the meteors are off of the screen, he does kind of shoot out like a little mini shockwave that reaches just a little bit in front of his hand right there. So you do need to be careful of that, because that can do quite a bit of damage to you if you're like right up on top of him, trying to avoid the meteors that can actually hit you. And now he's doing another slam right here. That's the 2 fists, so this is where the whole thing goes purple. Just run through, avoid all of the bigger purple circles, get to the side below his hand, and just start DPSing him again. So that's how you want to avoid that. So overall, once you know where to go and how to avoid the attacks, Galactus is pretty easy to at least stay alive against, because he gives you a lot of warning for his attacks, at least for the most part. There's one attack a little later on that you don't get too much warning for that I really hate, and it's actually been the main skill or the attack that's been killing me on most of my runs that I fail. So here we go. Now he's going to do the purple circles on the ground right here. Again, there's going to be 9 of these. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, 10. I might have counted one too many times, so there should be just 9, maybe 10. Maybe there was actually 10. Here we go. Now he's going up front again. So every time he goes up front, he is going to do that absorb energy thing. But the second time he goes up front, as you can see here, he kind of just like powers up a little bit. You're completely safe to attack him while he's powering up. He's not going to counterattack or do anything funny. So here we go. Now he absorbs energy again. So right after that, so now we want to go ahead and get these blue orbs again. Since we are down one person, now I've kind of got to run back and forth between one side and the middle, where the well, Zanpachi there gets the other side. So again, it's not a huge deal if some of those orbs get through, but you want to make sure you get most of them, because it gets about half a bar to a full bar. I can't remember what it was. Either way, it can be quite annoying, since as you can see here, it's taking me pretty much the full time. So he does seem to be a lot tankier, have more defense or something than Master Mode, because my damage is a little bit lower against Galactus than with my other characters. So characters that I was normally clearing Master Mode with easily or very quickly are taking a lot longer against Galactus here. So now he's doing the purple circles here again, but this time it is random. So when we get to the end phase here, where the last couple life bars, last like 20 life bars, when he does this attack, it's going to be at random, so it won't follow you around. So you just need to be careful of that. And here we go again, stand in the circle there. You'll see that outline, the blue outline. Just get in there and you are fine. And I think that's pretty much all of his attacks. Oh no, there's my most disliked attack coming up soon here. I think he does it on this run. I hope he does. Again, with the red attacks like that, you can avoid it with iframe or damage immunity, so it's nothing too crazy there. He's not doing them. But he does an attack where he summons like giant blue orbs of energy that are kind of like Rescue's 5th skill, where she makes that big kind of like spirit bomb looking attack, and he does that and he shoots them out of his chest while he kind of holds his hands together around his chest a little bit for the orbs. And those things are nasty. They do a lot of damage to you, and they will guard break you and stun you in place. You will not be able to switch your characters. You will not be able to get out of it or use any skills if you get caught in one of those. And he just keeps shooting those out. So you just want to go to the very back of the map and just kind of walk to one side and walk to the other side, and make sure to avoid those things at all costs, or just switch to a character that you don't mind losing just in case when you're at the back there, because those things will wreck you. And those are, there it is. This is what I'm talking about. Those will ruin your day. If you get caught by those things, they will stun lock you into oblivion and they will kill you. So those, luckily they were targeting the clones there from Valkyrie, the summons from Valkyrie, or else they would have been going after either me or Zanpachi, or kind of alternating, and they fly to pretty much all the way to the back of the map. It seems like you are safe if you stay at the very, very back of the map. They don't quite reach that far, but either way, just make sure you don't get hit by those, and then you should be able to beat Galactus. So there we go. Zanpachi doing a little bit of a carry there, got 50%, but as you can see, Jubilee is no slouch. She got 46% of the damage. So it's kind of a PSA right there to show you the kind of rotation for fighting Galactus. And also, if you see me in my Jubilee, please don't kick me. I'm tired of getting kicked while fighting Master Mold and I'm using my Jubilee. She can hold her own, she can pull her own weight. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video here. I hope it helped you guys in fighting Galactus, and I hope to see you in the next one.